Hello and welcome to Bookworms. It's the show where we have read 16 books and have talked about 16 books, and this is our season 2 wrap up. I'm your host Alex.
And I'm Joe.
How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing fantastic, Alex. I'm a little nervous because I didn't do my prep work until literally you got here. So usually I have pages and pages worth of notes ready to go, and now I got 1 page of hastily scribbled notes I can barely read.
Hey, you're learning from me.
Yeah, it's not a good learning experience.
Yeah, you're lucky if I have finished the book that day.
Yeah, there's been a couple times that, you ready to record, Alex? I still got 100 pages to go. Alex, it's only a 150-page book. What have you been doing?
Yeah, it's good times. Reading other books. I don't know.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed my reading other books has dropped dramatically between 2 book clubs, this show, and college. So yeah, I'm a little miffed. I'm not even going to make my yearly Goodreads goal. I'm a little sad.
Yeah, I don't know how, but I blew past my reading goal, but I still feels like I don't read it all.
What you set for 20 books? Or 16 books, so you would hit your 16 book minimum here?
No, I had 75 books, and I've apparently read like 84 at this point.
Have you actually read any books in the last 3 months other than the books that you had no choice but to read for our show?
Yes.
So, what, one other one?
Yeah, basically.
Anyway, so we got a doozy of a wrap up here. We're going to start with, like last season, our rankings of what we thought each other's books were. How good, bad, or indifferent we were about them. So what we'll do is we'll start with my books, because those are the better books anyways. And Alex will give us the rating where he thought they were, and then I'll give my ratings of where I thought they should go and see how badly they match up. Then we'll go to rating Alex's books, see how badly we match up, and then we'll see who had the top 3 books and the worst 3 books. How's that sound? And we'll get some Goodreads stats going at each of these picks.
All right. Yes. Nothing more fun than lots of ranking and lists. That's what the kids love these days, a good old listicle. And I am no different. So, Joe, you had an interesting spread of books here. You had everything from folklore to sci-fi to memoir, and that's about it. So we had 8 books to choose from. Your number 8 book, your bottom ranked, the book I liked the least that you picked, is of course Night Watch by Sergei Lukianenko. I know that makes us characters, but that book, it wasn't good. It started off with some promise, but it was clunky and hard to follow, and I just could never get into it.
I'm not surprised. That was my book I picked that I thought you would hate the most. So, yeah.
All right. Number 7, we had The Tane. Interesting story. The telling of this one was just really boring. I don't know. I couldn't get into it. Number 6 was White Plague. So White Plague is the Frank Herbert book. Overlong, I would say, is its biggest issue, and I felt like, this is kind of saying a lot for Frank Herbert because the author of Dune, but I felt like he was in over his head with this one, and it was hard to write in his style and fully show the impact of what was happening in that story, because he was trying to do like global stuff, personal stuff. He had too many characters. It was a bit of a mess of a book. I can see why it's not one of his better known stories. And then we have I believe this was your first book of the season, was Alice.
Well, that's lower than I thought it would be. Well, what's this, number 5 or 4?
Number 5.
Number 5, yeah.
Yeah, so still in the bottom half. We are approaching books, though, that I thought were good. So it's not like you picked 4 clunkers and 4 good ones. You picked, I'd say, 2 clunkers, a couple okay ones, and a few excellent ones. So Alice was very okay. Obviously, we read that book a year and a half ago. It's a little hard to remember everything that happened in it at that point, up to this point. But I just remember feeling like, as much as I enjoyed the action and everything, it was, again, a little, I'd say, underwritten. Like, it's a shorter book. Could have been a little bit longer. Number 4 was The Wanting Seed. Obviously, I love that book. And so we're getting to books that I actually really enjoyed here. But The Wanting Seed, obviously, it's comes off as hastily written. It's a good idea written badly, or a bad idea written goodly, however you look at Anthony Burgess. But obviously, there's a lot packed into a less than 300-page book, so it's hard to really drive it home, but it's very entertaining nonetheless. Number 3, we had Let's Pretend This Never Happened, your memoir of choice. I really wanted desperately to hate this book.
Yeah, I remember you originally like I hated this book, and I said it's because you listened to the audio book,
Yeah,
and then we talked about it, and we read some patches, and you're like, oh, this is actually kind of funny. I see why people like it.
Yeah, listeners heard me like live being transforming from I hated this book to I like this book. I talked myself from not liking it into liking it, and it was a solid.
And this is why listening to books can sometimes ruin an experience.
Yeah, she came across as really pretentious and annoying in the audiobook. Having the author read their own book is like a double-edged sword because, yeah, you get the voice that they intended, but you also sometimes
you don't have a professional reader reading it to you.
Sometimes that voice sucks. It wound up hitting harder than I had remembered, and I ended up enjoying it. She used a lot of humor to kind of, I guess, either soften or the blow of some of the harder parts of her life, and it made her a lot more relatable as a human being. Number 2 was Death on Demand, your trashy mystery, cozy mystery story that you were both praising and kind of damning with faint praise. It's I don't know. It was just an enjoyable story. I got a kick out of it, and the characters were they're a little two-dimensional, but it was just a lot of fun to read it, and I enjoyed it.
It's one of those just amazing beach read type books, and sometimes that's just what you need.
Yeah, exactly. And number 1, and this is by like a long shot. Like it's this book, and then the rest of them way further down. It's Hyperion. Obviously, you once again save the best for last in your book picks. And it's not just because I recommended this book to you originally. This book is a masterpiece of sci-fi literature.
Compared to my last year's list of books, which one was a better list?
Ooh. Gosh, it's hard to say. I might say your overall, your last year's was better. I mean, you had some books I really hated on that list. Some of it was intentional, and some of it was surprising. I didn't like it. Like, you knew I wasn't gonna like. Was it the Butcher game or
The Butcher and the Wren?
Butcher and the Wren. Butcher Game's the sequel. And
we're gonna have words about that later.
Yeah, yeah. And The Liar. I obviously you expected to like. I expected to like, and then I absolutely hated it. But yeah, I think overall I liked last year's better. But you had some really good ones and some really unique ones. I think including a memoir and a piece of folklore into your story. It breaks it, like you had a lot of sci-fi fantasy in here, but the having some extra like genre twists and turns throughout the year and a half that we read these books, I think that was a nice touch.
Okay, so my ranking of these books, I also agree with Alex. Night Watch was probably my weakest choice. I said I picked it mostly because I knew Alex would dislike it because I knew he had disliked it before. On Goodreads, that has a rating of 3.97 stars out of 45,000 ratings. So, not terrible. You'd think it'd be better. White Plague was my number 7. Yeah, this book, Alex, Goodreads agrees with you. 3.68 stars out of only 6,800 reviews or ratings. So, clearly not a lot of people reading it, not a lot of people liking it. The Wanting Seed I put at number 6, not because I disliked it necessarily, but just because it's out of all the books I picked, this is probably one of my lower on the list. There has to be a bottom half, and you can have the greatest books of all time, and you still have the top 4 and the bottom 4. So, but on Goodreads, it was a average star rating of 3.72 with only 6,800 ratings. So again, not a popular book among the Goodreads people, but what do they know about literature, right, Alex?
Yeah, they're only like the greatest reading population known to man.
Okay, next at number 5, I put Let's Pretend This Never Happened. When I originally read this, I thought it was hilarious. Reading it a second time, that's the problem with a lot of comedy. When you read it again, it just doesn't hit the same because you already know all the punchlines, and some of them just don't hold up over time. But Goodreads say it's 3.9 stars out of over 200,000 ratings. So obviously, this is a very popular book, Alex.
Yeah, I was surprised. Like, I'd never really heard of Jenny Lawson, and then yeah, she's got a huge following.
Oh yeah, those suburban housewives love her. At number 4, I put The Tane. Again, like Alex said, it's a very dry story. It's a very hard story to read, but it's a good story. It's a fun story, and I love Irish culture, so I had to put this in my top 4. Goodreads say it's a 3.95 stars out of just shy of 5,000 ratings. Number 3, I put Death on Demand, and that overall has a 3.85 star rating with just over 9,000 ratings. Again, this is just a fun beach read. It's one of those you can shut your brain off and don't have to think, and it's kind of fun to do that sometimes. We don't, a lot of people, get a little pretentious sometimes and say we have to read the hardest books to think about and nothing else is worth reading. We're not like that, right, Alex?
No, not at all.
I mean,
I'll read it
as
all.
we get into Alex's list into the bonus books, we will find that there are books that are just so horrible that we can't. Even shutting your brain off doesn't help it. Number 2, I put at Alice. This is the first book of Christina Henry I read. I loved it. It's probably my favorite out of all her books. Though there's been a couple other really awesome books I've read by her. I occasionally read YA books, and this had that YA feel to it when you first pick it up, and then all your expectations get flipped, and it's just so gritty and horrible and it's very adult reading. It just brought me right in. Alice on Goodreads has a 3.83 star rating out of a little bit over 51,000 ratings. So middle of the road popularity there, and that means me and Alex are in agreement with Hyperion. By far the best book I picked this year. Glad I picked it. It was definitely fun revisiting that world. Hyperion has a 4.27 star rating on Goodreads, which is the highest one. The Goodreads fans agree, and almost 300,000 people have rated it. So
Yeah, so that's a very high rating.
yeah, so any book that gets over a 4-star rating in Goodreads is just usually very tough to do, especially once you start getting up there and numbers of people reading it. A lot of trolls out there just bringing stuff down, but this is a book that's just hard to bring down. Like even on the breakdown of the star ratings, only 4,400 people rated it a 1 star. I mean, that's yeah, I'm sure those people were expecting something different, like Akotar.
Yeah.
So let's get into Alex's list. I will start with my rankings of Alex's books. Number 8, The Poppy War. That was by far painful to read. The most painful book you chose to read out of your main list. I hated every moment of it. I went in knowing I was going to hate it, but hoping to God, that I was going to be proven wrong, and I was not. I just thought it was horribly written and too many tropes, trying to do too many things that she wasn't talented enough to do. I mean, clearly she's a very smart person, should be able to write better. People seem to love her. I do not. Number 7, An American Dream. I think this book just aged badly over time. I think it was well written, but just dated. Number 6, A Face in the Frost. Again, just another dated book, but a fun story. I enjoyed it. I liked reading it. Number 5, From Hell. I remember loving it when I first read it, but the second time around it was dragged a little bit at times, so it kept it from being near the top. I think if I wasn't taking notes and reading it more critically, and I could have just glazed over the really deep philosophical stuff, I would have enjoyed it better again. Number 4, the Penelopiad. That's just a fun, quick story to read. It's real easy. Nice little twist on a well-known epic. Number 3, The Picture of Dorian Gray. I did not think I would have rated this as high as I did, Alex, but again, just reading it again after all these years, really diving deep, I enjoyed it. I had a good time rereading it, and compared to a lot of these other books. It deserves a near top spot in my opinion. Number 2, Howl's Moving Castle. I thought that was an amazing story. I mean, how can you go wrong? It's just mwah.
Yeah, there's something special about children's fantasy.
Yeah,
Just,
and
it's
you
so
said
good.
and obviously A Monster Calls is ranks number 1, and that one was again like you said with Hyperion, heads above all the other stuff. I just utterly fell in love with that book. I'm glad you picked it. But yeah, you like we've said in the like season 1 there, you were nervous with a few of the younger adult and kid stories you picked, and I mean I didn't dislike them, but it was definitely not a they weren't the top of my list then.
Yeah, like when I did Edward Tulane, like I had a feeling you were gonna hate it. I was even almost more insulted that you thought it was just meh.
But I said the young adult middle school grade books that you picked this year were very good. I really loved them. So yeah, that's my list. How about you go through your list and I'll get the Goodreads up on the stats as you pick them out.
Okay, number 14. Number 14. Number 8 from as I'm reading from a different list, so you have to bear with me because I didn't rank my own stuff. I ranked it within your stuff, but now you know where this one falls. It's the Poppy War. I think we both agreed this book was a massive disappointment given the amount of hype around this book. It's really well highly rated and on Goodreads with a lot of reviews.
Yeah, so Goodreads puts it at 4.16 stars out of just shy of 465,000 reviews.
Yeah, so it's beloved by
Yeah.
people. Like
So
this book is a really big debut for R.F. Kuang, and I thought reading it like it would be like really good. It'd be really moving and be really powerful. Like it's like a lot of other people. It's like, oh, it's based on history. It's like these are everything that happens in this book is like based on atrocities that have been committed in major wars and battles. And then you read it and it's just so ham-fisted and clunky. Like the fact that like the first half of the book has this whole batch of characters, and then all of a sudden they're just all gone and there's a new batch of characters, and it's like what the hell?
Well,
Like,
it says the trope of going into a school to learn magic is just overdone, and this one was done horribly. And then jumping over to halfway through to a war where none of these people actually acted like the military commanders and soldiers that they would have actually acted like. It's just you want to punch yourself in the face as you read it.
yeah, we have like moody teenage boys as acting as commanders and platoon leaders. And I'm like, I feel like
And you have adults acting like moody teenagers. You have teenagers acting like middle schoolers. I mean, it was just bad.
yeah, and just like like I don't know, acting like I don't know the fact where she like destroys her uterus and it's no big deal. And it's sort of like like feel like he glazed over that with no consequence whatsoever, and it's like, I don't know. It's just it gets some
She was
ridiculous
too much of a
plans.
Mary Sue, but in a bad way, where she could do no wrong, even though she's doing all these horrible things. But that's okay because she's angry.
Yeah, and like Rin is a terrible character, and she's just justified because she's suffered.
Yeah.
It's like that's how supervillains are made. They suffer and then they do commit atrocities, and then Batman comes in and beats the shit out of them. Like it.
Okay, so you're number 7 out of your books.
Yes, my number 7, American Dream, echoing your sentiment. Just dated, and like I remember it just wowing me in college, and then fully adult me, as opposed to young adult me, reads it, and I'm like, oh, this guy's kind of evil and shitty. Like you're that against the American Dream, but then all of a sudden, like you're portraying like this absolute bastard as your protagonist, and it's sort of like you're defeating your purpose here.
Yeah, and I can see why like our one commenter there that was very disappointed in our YouTube comment there, called us characters. I mean, Norman Mailer is obviously a very talented writer. It just he didn't age well with society, and I mean that's nothing against him. So I'm glad he was able to make his splash when he did, because it definitely portrays the 60s in a certain light, and rightfully so.
Yeah, and if you read Naked and the Dead, which is his debut book, like that's I don't know, if I think I didn't choose that one because it's a bit longer, but like Naked and the Dead is one of the best war novels ever written. Like he's clearly a powerful writer who has a lot to say. It's just an American Dream. I don't think that those values that he's portraying are really relevant anymore.
Yeah. So that one ranked 3.44 stars out of just over 4,000 ratings, Alex.
Yeah, so I think the American people believes or agrees with us. Yes. Coming up next.
So they disagree with us on your number 8, agree with us on your number 7. Good.
Yes,
Okay,
all right.
we're looking good
Yeah.
here, Alex.
Then I put the Penelope ad. So American Dream and Poppy War are the only two books that we read of my choices that I didn't like. So Penelope ad, I don't have a ton to say about it. It's very good. Margaret Atwood, classic writer, one of the shining stars of Canada, and I love everything she does. Even the bad books that she puts out.
Yeah. So that got a 3.71 stars out of 85,000 ratings.
All right. So not terrible. Again, like usually like the 3.7 to 3.9 is sort of like
So very mid, and then the number of ratings that's in mid range too. So yes, yeah.
Yeah, and those of you who aren't familiar with Goodreads, which we base a lot of these ratings off of, it's usually very giving. Like even like the bad books get like a 3-star rating.
Yeah. So most ratings fall and Goodreads fall between 3 and 4.5 stars. So a terrible book is going to be still rated probably closer to 3 stars. The greatest book ever written, the best it will probably ever do is 4.5. I know was it Terry Pratchett's Night Watch, I think, ranked higher than that, didn't it, Alex?
I believe so. Let me see. I actually know what the highest rated book on Goodreads is.
Night Watch, Terry Pratchett was 4.5 stars last year's check.
So the highest rated book on Goodreads is Words of Radiance by Brandon Sanderson. And that has a 4.76 out of 477,000 rating. So even the highest rated book is not perfect. It's down by 1/4 of a star.
And that's Brandon Sanderson, which I don't know much about him. I try to avoid him.
Yeah.
So, Alex, your next pick.
Okay. So Penelope, then we had The Face in the Frost. Kind of echo your sentiment. Fun book. Kind of a lost classic at this point. It's hard to follow in places. Could have been longer. A little more fleshed out, but still, it's fun. It's got action. It's got comedy. It's a good book.
3.8 stars, but only 2,400 ratings.
Yeah, lost classic. All right. Then we had Hal's Moving Castle. Again, is a beautiful children's novel. If you watch the Studio Ghibli film, it's very different in a lot of ways, but it does capture that voice pretty well. Where it's there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and what you're seeing is just kind of people being silly, but there's some really serious shit going on. So the movie focuses more on the serious shit, and the book is just it's a fun story where there's a lot of happenings, and it's very chaotic and humorous.
So my Goodreads faith has returned a little bit. This is rated 4.29 stars with over 4,400,000 ratings.
Oh, nice! I didn't realize it was still that popular.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's very big. So
All right.
people love it. So doing better than Poppy War.
Then we had From Hell. It's big, a little overwritten, but I don't hold that against it because it's covering a lot and it's done really well because Alan Moore is a genius and an excellent writer, and overall he's he's the kind of king of the graphic novel. So this is a bit of a classic by him. So I enjoy it.
4.19 stars out of 44,000 ratings.
All right, then we have A Monster Calls. Is my number 2. I had a hard time deciding which one of my last 2 books would be number 2 and number 1. So Monster Calls. That's I always call it my second favorite book. So it's gonna stay right there. It's one of the most powerful books about grief you'll ever read. It's incredibly moving. It's got great ideas. It's very smart. It's I don't know, when we read Howl's Moving Castle, you were lamenting over there's no smart children's books anymore, and then we read this one and you're like, holy shit, this is one of the best books I've ever read. So it was a good kind of showing what kidlit can be, like how strong and emotional a book written for 6th graders can truly move you.
Yeah, so this rating, 4.35 stars out of 288,000 reviews. So, yeah, it is Goodreads community agrees with you, Alex.
Excellent. And like the story behind it, how it was written to honor a fallen author. It's like the whole everything about it is just truly beautiful. And finally, obviously, my number 1, all-time favorite book, best book ever written. Picture of Dorian Gray. Love Oscar Wilde. Love this book, and it is fabulous. It's funny and it's poignant, and it's everything that Oscar Wilde is. As he's remembered today. I'm sure there's more than just what he is now. I'm sure he's a complicated human, but anyway.
Goodreads, 4.13 stars, 1.8 million reviews.
All right, so you know this book is some serious shit.
So, Alex, top 3 books of this season, bottom 3 books of this season. Real quick.
Okay, top 3, Dorian Gray, Hyperion, Monster Calls.
Okay, for me, it's going to be A Monster Calls, Hyperion, Howl's Moving Castle. Bottom 3?
My bottom 3, The Poppy War, The Tane, and Night Watch.
And my bottom 3, The Poppy War, American Dream, and Night Watch.
All right.
So,
and Night Watch was my bottom. And
bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, so Poppy War was my bottom.
Poppy War ranked number 14. The Tane was 15. So I really couldn't get into the Tane.
Yeah, I know you struggled. Yeah. Okay, so we had a bunch of bonus books this season too. So we're gonna get into that now.
Yes, the bonus books. I was even in some of them.
I know. You actually edited a couple of them. I couldn't believe it, Alex.
I know. I was spoiling you.
What would I do without you, Alex? Okay, so let's start from the bottom going up.
All right. Should we just alternate like back and forth? Who's got what?
Yeah, we'll just go back and forth.
All right.
So my bottom was the rebroadcast of Part-Time Indian because Alex couldn't get his poop in a group and get the bonus episodes that he was promising.
Yep.
Damn you, Alex.
That was my number 9 as well.
Number 9? There's 16, Alex.
Yeah. You're gonna own the second half of this list. But my bottom of my list is
So what are the other? What would it be 7 there, Alex?
Oh, you'll see. No, the Part-Time Indian, it was a fun book. It was good to revisit it, but overall, obviously, it's a rebroadcast of a already released episode. We're just moving it to the top of the list because it's our most popular episode. We highly recommend the episode.
Yeah, it's our most listened to episode still. So.
Yeah, but as a bonus episode, it's not a bonus episode.
It was just a filler because Alex failed.
Yeah.
And actually, I couldn't even say Alex failed necessarily. Even though it was partly his fault, it was also partly the we were trying to get a couple of people for guest hosting, and they were flaky too.
Yeah, but no knock against them, of course, because they might come on later. But
well, the one is just an amazing human being. We'll get to them later.
Yes.
My number 15 was Becky talking about Harry Potter. I mean, it just kind of, again, it was just kind of a filler episode. We were running short on time. It was like, hey, Becky, you're in. Come up with a subject fast. Go. And we recorded it. I mean, I think it had some interesting points. It is Harry Potter, so it's definitely a popular series. But yeah.
My next one up for me was the interview with an author that was me.
I was nice to you, Alex. I put you at number 10 for that.
Ooh, number 10. Technically, I'm ranked at number 8, so I still beat. Yeah, it was fun being interviewed and talking about writing and my writing process and all that good stuff. But it's I'm really bad at self-promotion, as you can see.
Yes, we've noticed.
So just sitting here talking about myself, I don't know if the other authors feel this, but it can be awkward, like trying to push your stuff. So for those of you who are listening and have read my books, I appreciate it. For those of you who are listening and have not bought Paul Plimpton versus Ragnarok or The Destroyer, well, they are currently available on Amazon. I know this episode's coming out in January, but we're recording it in December, so Christmas is still coming at this point. So,
a late Christmas present, people. For those who forgot when Christmas was coming, you can still buy a Christmas present of Alex's book.
So we're coming out in January. It's the perfect Martin Luther King Day gift.
Yes, a book written by a white guy.
I'm gonna get some hate mail for
that. My number 14. Double Stuffed.
Double Stuffed. Nice.
I hate your inanimate object porn books, Alex. They just gross me out. And I hate talking about them as much as I hated reading them.
Yeah.
Alex is blushing. He loves them.
Oh, stop it.
I think that was your number one book out of these.
Just you wait. Number 7 for me was
number 7.
Akotar.
Oh, Akotar.
The Akotar episode.
I ranked that number 7 for me too, Alex.
Oh, excellent. Yeah.
Mostly because I didn't have to do anything with that.
Yep. This is, I think, to date, the only episode Joe's not in. And even though he was sitting in the room with us,
I think you can hear my voice at one point.
Yeah, I edited that out.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, you poked your head in and said something into the microphone. I'm like, no, he's staying out of the episode. But it was fun to do. I genuinely enjoyed recording with Just Becky. We made fun of you. It was a good time. She had a cold, but she pushed through. And it's when we talk about the episodes, I'm promising follow-ups to Akatar. Taken me a while to get to it and schedule it with scheduling with my friends, but there will be more Sarah J. Maas in our futures.
Okay, my number 13 is me whining about the Butcher game. I really wanted you to read this, Alex. I really did.
Yeah, I have it on my pile. I will get to it. And I'll
Okay.
maybe we can make a comment on it.
Okay, yeah,
in
but
a
yeah,
future episode.
so I really wanted to have a good bitch session about it. Because the first one is one of our, again, top listened to episodes. I think that's thanks to Adam posting it on their the Elena's podcast feed, and some of her fans coming over checking out, and then getting very angry and stop listening immediately. But
yeah, we were not nice to her in the first episode.
Yeah.
I'm like, are we? I had a comment from one person, like in person, said we was like, because we kept making fun of that book the first book during season 1, in various episodes. They told us to stop. We're punching down and stuff like that. But honestly, she's got a hit podcast.
Yeah, her podcast is ranked in the top 5 or 10 for crime, true crime podcasts.
Yeah, which means it's like ranked top like 5 or 10 like of all podcasts, because true crime sells like.
Well, I don't know, because it's all podcasts. It's like the. Call Me Daddy and Joe Rogan, those kind of shows. But it's still probably top 20 overall and that kind of thing. So
yeah, she's a wildly successful. I think Butcher and the Wren got option for a movie. Like it's she's doing pretty well. So if we start making fun of her more often,
and a lot of it, our comments weren't so much. I mean, we were insulting her, I guess, saying how bad a writer she is. But again, we were also saying, she needs to hire better people to edit and tell her the truth about her writing. And because I think her storytelling has that potential to be there, but writing is a completely different muscle than talking on a podcast.
Yeah, you think like storytelling and writing would be the same thing, but really they're not. They are separate skills. And so yeah, she's refined her story. I don't like morbid, but she's refined her storytelling abilities to a point where she can be successful in that field, and it does not translate into writing. So she needs a better editor. She needs friends that she can give her book to and get genuine feedback, not just like, wow, you're so great, you wrote a book, but more than like, it's like, I don't know, it's a John Cleese book that you gave me, the creativity or whatever it is, where it's like ask 4 questions of them, and it's like, like, what did you like, where were you confused, yada yada, where like, I don't know,
what was boring,
what was boring, and I could find someone who's gonna be like, your book was boring, like this should have been like completely redone.
Yeah, and I think she has that ability to improve up her game if she had that honest feedback. I don't think she's gonna get that honest feedback. I think she's smelling too many farts, pretending they're roses with her work. So I think it's not going to improve, which is unfortunate, because she could be a triple threat with podcasts, books, and apparently movies.
Yeah, I guess I don't know, I haven't read The Butcher Game yet, but I'm assuming it does not improve over the original.
It does not improve, and at times it does get worse. I mean, there are parts where she did okay at, just to kind of kick you in the nuts, a page later when it's like, oh, son of a bitch, I was starting to get into the groove of it, and then you pulled me right out. So your next pickup.
So yeah, we are talking about, like I was commenting to you before we started recording. I really like the bonus episodes.
Yeah.
Like I think that was our big strength, because we got to do a lot of different things. Not that talking about books is boring or anything, but we have a lot of different ways we can approach books, and we got to do some experimenting with the bonus episodes, so kind of like tickled my fancy. But so number 6 for me, when I say, even though it's in the bottom half of my list, I really enjoy doing this, was the Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas movie to book review. That was a ton of fun. We I show up, like, we spent like 5 hours on that book, and it was great because we sat down, watched the movie, we took our notes, and then we got here and we recorded, and like I think that was a really excellent choice of a book and movie because they have so much in common. Like, they're ripping huge chunks of dialogue out of the book and putting it into the movie.
And that was a fan recommendation.
Yeah, that was a great idea. I love doing that, and I really want to do more of those. I think that's a format that we can have a lot of fun with. I know we had another book to movie comparison that I've been talking about for a while now that hopefully we can get to, but the book is a bit daunting.
Part of it is Alex's not being able to read books, apparently.
Yeah, yeah, I'll get to that in a little bit because for my number 1, I'm going to talk about that a little bit. But
so my next up here, my number 12 was The Trouble with Heroes with Becky, where she talked about one of her books that she teaches at school with the kids. And again, it's low ranking for me because I'm just it's not really my cup of tea, that book. I haven't read it, but it didn't sound very interesting. Even though I love those kind of adventure stories, I think I prefer the true adventure for those things, like as we'll get to it later, the people that are actually exploring in real life these crazy places. Alex, your next pick.
My next pick was again, this is a format that I really enjoyed because it was more than just reading a book and talking about it. This was the Darkness Over Arkham read-through, or playthrough, where we read a choose-your-own-adventure book, and Joe attempted to beat the book. He failed twice, but it was still a ton of fun. You got to listen to me read a story a whole lot, which is, reading aloud is one of my favorite things to do. When I was a librarian, that was always the thing I prided myself on.
So one of the things Alex used to do for my children was buy them a book, but instead of just having Becky or I read to them, he would record himself reading to them, and we just pop on the CD or on the the computer and just have him read it, and we just hold the book open. It was kind of neat, and the girls loved it.
Did they like it?
Oh, they liked it.
Okay, good. I never, I did that and then never followed up. So.
Oh yeah, they enjoyed it a lot. They I don't know what happened to that one book that you did there with the what was it, the Gophers or whatever?
Oh yeah, the Great Fuzz Frenzy.
Yeah, but they wanted that book read to them all the time after that.
That book's great. I love that book.
So yeah, your next. That was your pick. My number 11 is the episode that has not yet been aired on as of recording, but you guys will have listened to it. We have not recorded it yet. Becky, it's going to be another Becky book. I don't know what the book is going to be. So
it's going to be better than all the books you have previously listed.
I do.
And you know what? I do too.
I mean, it could rank higher, but some of these top ones here, I don't think are going to be topped. So I ranked it a little bit lower, conservatively. But I'm sure it's going to be interesting because Becky has picked some very interesting books, and we'll go over a few more of them in another minute here.
Yes, in my book, I'm getting into my top. I'm in my top 5 already. Excellent. My number 4 was Some Desperate Glory. So I hated the book. I love talking about the book because we trashed that book for an hour and a half. And
that was my number 4 overall pick, Alex, because that book was fun to trash because it was so badly written.
Yeah. And like I picked one of the books I picked for next season is the book I think should have won the Hugo Award that year. It's so much better, and it's
I rank this book like Poppy War for just bad, but people seem to love it.
Yeah, it's amazing, and yes, I compared it a lot to Akotar because I really didn't like Akotar. My opinions changed on the sequel, but the Some Desperate Glory is just really revoltingly
So
bad.
I did pull up the stats from Goodreads. Some Desperate Glory is a 4.05 stars out of a little bit over 18,000 ratings. Court of Thorn and Roses, 4.16 stars with over 4 million ratings.
Yeah, so it's I mean, people go crazy for fairy smut, but the Desperate Glory, I think it was like I know has like a lot of pro LGBT messaging in it, but the way they do it is so ham-fisted, and I think it actually like takes away from the message that it's trying to convey.
Some Desperate Glory. The problem with it was the author bit off more than they could write. They thought they had all these great ideas, and they just couldn't actually do it, any of it. My number 10 pick was the interview with you, Alex.
All right.
So we already went into that, so we don't need to do it. I'm gonna just do a couple more here since I have, a bunch that we already talked about. My number 9 was Darkness Over Arkham. So it was fun playing. I don't know if it's worth doing again another one of those kind of books. It might be, but download wise, it wasn't super popular. But so maybe it was just the book we picked. My number 8, Chasing Shadows, with Becky. It's the one about sharks, and that was just so this is breaking the halfway point, and this book was just really interesting to listen to Becky talk about. I learned a lot of cool things about sharks, and I got to geek out a little bit about my limited knowledge of marine fisheries, and yeah, it was a good time.
Nice. All right, I'm on to my top 3. Number 3, we had A Libertarian Walks Into a Bear. This book is the book itself not so great. The episode, one of our best. It's talking to Haley. Obviously, she's got a certain thing about her that the people love and crave. So she is always welcome on our show. She's great. We love Haley, and
we love you, Haley.
Yeah, can't thank you enough for coming on and talking about your hometown in such a way, and verifying that everything that guy said was true.
Okay, my number 7 is Akotar. I just put that high because I didn't have to be a part of it. I didn't have to edit it. It was amazing. I enjoyed not having to do be a part of an episode. And like even the books I don't read, just are very time consuming to do. So yeah, it was nice to have a nice easy day. Thank you, Alex, for
You're welcome.
taking over for one book over 2 seasons.
You got a 2-week vacation out of that. All right, my number 2 book is Double Stuffed. I didn't comment when you were talking about Double Stuffed way long ago, but I love Sylvia Morrow. I started reading stuff.
You love her so much, why don't you marry her?
Maybe, I don't know. Sylvia, if you're listening, hear me out. No, if I did want to hate these books and like them ironically, but I actually found myself really in like the whole joke behind reading Stuffed was that we were going to read the book and explain it to our wives, and it was going to be like really awkward and silly. But I ended up actually liking the book because it's just so. I think it's ridiculous enough that it's like you can't help but smile. Like I couldn't help but smile when reading it. I'm like, oh my god, that's disgusting. That's great. I love it. Like it's like obviously it's not. It's no. I'm trying to think of a good writer. All of a sudden I can't because Sylvia Morrow is such a great writer. No, it's like it's not high literature, and it's just meant to be this entertaining sex fantasy, and I think in that scope it does things very well. It was a lot of fun to record that with you because like I was actually like getting kind of frustrated reading with you because you were like killing all my jokes and stuff, but then like listening back to it, I'm like actually his reactions are really funny because I'm like I read the back of the book and you're like I'm gonna strangle you. It's like,
well, I'm glad my overreactions were able to entertain you eventually, even if in the moment you're like, God damn it, shut up, Joe. At the end of it, I did feel like such an asshole. But I'm like, part of it's like I'm acting it up a little bit heavier than I actually probably felt, even though I did despise the book. But just getting those overreactions because it's hard to see my facial reactions through a podcast.
Yeah, sometimes you got to go big to do that. Yeah. I'll always enjoy reading that kind of stuff. I've read a few more books. Of that
I recommended a bunch to you that were because of my algorithm being screwed up so bad for having to read and buy those books. I was like, okay, let's just pass this along to Alex, and he can go down this rabbit hole.
Yeah. Speaking of holes,
The pillows have none right now, Alex. Leave them alone. My number 6 is None of This Is True. This was a book that I read for a book club, and we were looking for a bonus episode. And when I almost didn't read this book. I almost skipped that month's book club, and Becky said, you should do it anyways. And I'm glad I didn't skip it because I ended up loving that book and going pretty deep into it. So it was a good time, and I had fun recording it with Becky because she was rolling her eyes like, son of a bitch, why did I volunteer to sit in with this stupid explanation? Your next pick, Alex.
all right, and this is my final pick. And Joe's mentioned a few of these books so far. It's all the ones I'm not in. So, and it's not because I got a little break or anything like that. It's so for those of you who know me in real life, you probably know the past 2 years for me have been really hard with a lot of things going on. So.
This podcast schedule is just brutal on Alex.
Yeah, I had to read 2 books a month. What? No. Been going through a lot of personal stuff. So the fact that Joe was able to kind of pull other people in and to help cover for my absences for all but one book, it's I can't thank you enough for just kind of picking up my slack. So it's
what I've been doing since the day you were born, Alex. Don't worry. It's
yeah.
what a big brother does.
Oh yeah, you can pick up my slack any day.
You're getting that age. Yeah. They're starting to sag pretty low.
Yeah, got a low hanging slack. But yeah, no, it's I appreciate all the help, and things have been smoothing out.
Slack, I thought you said sack.
Yeah. Thank you for explaining my joke. But yeah, it means a lot. So it's I'm hopefully going to be a little more present and can do a little bit more this coming season. But it's it's been an interesting ride for me lately. So it was a weird time to start a podcast. So it's I appreciate everybody who's been able to help me out.
Alex, I expect you to start picking up the slack from here on out now. Anyway, so
I can hold my own slack.
Yeah. You just flick it right over your shoulder.
Yeah, you walk in on me like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm cupping my slack."
Okay.
But yeah, so Haley was in an episode. Joe had Becky do a bunch. So Becky's pretty much our honorary third member. So we
she refuses to be part of the main feed. As much as I have tried to demand it from her, she does not want to read our books, let alone have to pick out 8 books that she then has to critically read, because she gets very angry when I have her critically read books.
Yeah. She still basically had to critically read 8 books. She's in at least 8 bonus episodes. But anyway.
Well, a bunch of those episodes was like me talking to her, just because I needed someone to chat to. Because me just talking without someone else to interact with, I feel like would be a very bad move.
Yeah,
because I'm not a great talker on a good day.
Yeah, if we know one thing is true, is that Joe could not carry this show on his own.
Yeah, which is why I put up with all of Alex's bullshit. So let's see, where did I leave off? Oh yeah, so I got 5 left here. Top 5 off. Number 5, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I do got the stats up for that one, Alex. 4.06 stars with 376,000 ratings.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Yeah, definitely a classic.
I think our review of it is fair enough. I know we kind of trashed the second half a little bit. But
yeah,
but yeah, it's and we kind of trash talked Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah, but again, just doing the movie to book comparison. This, I think, like Alex said, this was a perfect first book to do, just because they were so similar, and that's not found in a lot of book to movie. Whatchamacallits?
Yeah,
adaptations. So number 4 was Some Desperate Glory. Like Alex said, just fun trashing that book. Number 3 was in the book I read, Endurance. This was a book I picked up on a whim, and I utterly fell in love with it. I kind of knew I was going to like it because, again, this is real life, men in the late 1800s, early 1900s, trying to explore the world, and one of the most famous Arctic explorers trying to get to the South Pole and failing epically, but keeping everybody alive, and just how they did that in over almost 2-year time period, frozen in ice. So ships destroyed and all that stuff, and so it was just an amazing book. I had a fun time talking about it. My number 2 was A Libertarian Walks into a Bear. Again, like Alex said, the book, I had to read it a second time. The first time I read that book, I thought it was hilarious. Second time, I was more annoyed at the libertarians and the people feeding the bears, because once you're reading it critically, you realize just how stupid people are. And but talking with Haley about her hometown and how stupid people are in her hometown was an awesome time.
Yeah, I was reading it, and it was like, there's no way this has to be an exaggeration. And then she comes on, and she's like, no, people did that.
And she's like, this isn't even the worst stuff. There's worse stuff. And then we would get into the worst stuff, and it was just awesome. And then my number 1 book for season 2 bonus episodes is Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. Haley joined on that episode. It was a pain in the butt. We wanted to record this way sooner, but I think when we got it aired, it was perfect because it was right around Thanksgiving. And Haley was a rock star. This is her favorite book of all time. She could do nothing but gush about it. I could do nothing but gush about it because this is an amazing book. This book, Alex, is I believe the highest rated book we've read on the show.
Really?
4.51 stars.
Oh, wow. Nice.
With 168,000 reviews or ratings.
All right, those are good numbers. They have more ratings than some of the big name authors that we.
Yeah, and this book was just absolutely fabulous. It hits all the good spots. And reading these kinds of books, it's a part memoir, part historical novel, part scientific novel. It's got so many good lessons. And like I said, even if you disagree with what she's saying, she's such a fantastic writer. You can't help but just appreciate the poetry she puts on page. So highly recommend this book. Highly recommend listening to Haley and I discuss this book because we have a great discussion. We'd love to hear what other people think. So if you want to comment on that, we would love to hear your thoughts. Today, actually, I talking to some college kids, and one of them said that Robin Wall Kimmerer's other book, which is a shorter story, was also amazing and just worth the read. I believe it was called The Serviceberry. It's came out last year, so that's definitely going to be a book that I will be checking out because she's just an amazing author. Yeah, and this is an even shorter book. Maybe you could read this, Alex. It's only 112 pages.
Yeah, I think Breaking Sweetgrass is really sorry, Butcher Game, but this is the one book I regret not reading and being a part of that episode. I just there was no time in my schedule.
You were never going to be a part of this episode, Alex. You weren't allowed. Yeah. It's just not cool enough.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. All right, but yeah, it's thank you, Haley, so much for being a part of our show. Honorary 4th member. You're welcome on the show anytime.
Yeah, she hopes to be back on again next season. We will definitely find a way to get her on.
Yeah, especially considering how many downloads she generates.
Yeah,
not just because of her. We don't like her just for her downloads. She's
a
great
so
person.
We're gonna get into some stats here because I am a stats kind of guy.
And then I got a little game for you.
Yes, and then we'll wrap it up. So yeah, statistics. We have nearly 1,000 as of recording this. We need 19 more downloads to make 1,000 downloads for the year of 2025. I hope we will have made that number by the time this episode airs. If not, I'm disappointed in all you listeners that just stream it and don't download it. We can't see those streams as easily. I know we're probably well over that listens number if people actually download it and listened and the streamers actually listen to the full episode. But I digress.
If you tell 3 friends and they all tell 3 friends and they
we'll
all
have
3 friends.
We'll have a big circle of people just telling each other to watch this.
What's that shit? It was like a pyramid of some sort.
But so our numbers compared to last year were up by another 150 downloads. So we're showing improvement. We've had 2,300 downloads overall the whole life of the show. Our number 1 show is still the Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian book discussion. We have 126 downloads of that episode, with another, I believe, 12 downloads of the rebroadcast of that episode. So it's definitely our by far the most popular.
I think especially, I don't know, I edited that and I could hear my enthusiasm while reading that book and the amount of pull quotes and stuff I pulled out of it. Like, you can tell I'm very fond of that book.
Yeah. As for this season, our first episode, An American Dream, did 36 downloads. Haley is probably our most popular guest host, and her first appearance, she did 33 downloads.
In a day, right?
No, just all time. That's for the Libertarian Walks into a Bear, her first one. Our most popular thus far, and granted, I said some of these have been on air for almost a year and a half, so you have to bear in mind that they've had more times to get downloads. Let's see. Our most popular regular feed is our most popular one that's a bonus episode is None of This Is True with 43 downloads. But as I said, Haley on Braiding Sweetgrass in 2 weeks got 30 downloads. So that Braiding Sweetgrass, so that clearly is going to be one of our popular episodes. I don't see it tailing off. Poppy War was, I believe, our most downloaded episode for the regular feed.
Poppy War was?
I think it's because it's so popular and people were downloading expecting us to gush about it and then probably listen to 5 minutes and said, fuck those guys. What do they know?
A bunch of characters.
But yeah, it's kind of weird because like a picture of Dorian Gray's only had 13 downloads lifetime. Granted, it's only been up for a month and a half at this point. Hyperion's already at 17, and that's only been up for
a few days.
A couple days. So that's showing some promise. Because you listen to other podcasts about the review books, they say science fiction and fantasy, science fiction especially, does horrible. It's all about the romantasy. And I said that shows. I think ACOTAR didn't do so well. Yeah, it's only got 26, but because I used the acronym instead of the full name, so that probably lost some views. Let's see. Some Desperate Glory got 31 downloads. Howl's Moving Castle, 36 downloads.
And these may not seem like record-breaking numbers because they're definitely not. They're very modest and humble, as are we. But we appreciate all of our listeners. I'm glad that we are able to continue this and keep growing, and I would do this whether you guys were here or not. So thank you to everyone who's downloaded our work. And it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it's been a good adventure. Read stuff
Country-wise,
normally wouldn't read, so it's a good time.
Yeah, country-wise, obviously the United States is the most popular. In the last year, we've had 755 downloads. Germany is our number 2 with 53 downloads. So, I mean, clearly a big difference between 1 and 2. United Kingdom is number 3. Singapore is number 4, and India is number 5. But we've hit a fair number of countries now. We're getting pretty spread out. I think we've hit all continents that actually have people living on them. So go us. The United States, most popular state. What do you think, Alex?
It's gotta be New Hampshire, right?
Gotta be New Hampshire. You're right, since that's where most of our friends live.
Yep.
So thank you, friends. Thanks, Mom. Massachusetts is number 2. Virginia is strong number 3. And we do have 2 fans that download every episode the day after they come down. So we appreciate you guys, whoever you are.
Yeah, their names are not you and me.
No. California likes us. Rhode Island likes us. Connecticut likes us. New York, meh.
Yeah, we've got that New England Patriots vibes going for us.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's what it is. The Pats are doing well this year. So.
Maine, except for Maine, but they've always been a little weird. And Vermont, but they're a little weird too. So
12 of our Massachusetts listeners, I bet Drake May listens to us.
Yeah. But there's only a handful of states we haven't hit. Alaska, Montana, Idaho, Nebraska, South Dakota, and New Mexico, Kentucky, and West Virginia. So the states that nobody actually lives in.
Yeah, let's target New Mexico next. We'll get all those Walter White fans in there. And,
yeah, definitely. Yeah, so that's our stats. I said we're looking for what we expected going into this. I think we're doing pretty well. I think it's basically, I said, it's just a couple guys that wanted to talk about books and said, hey, let's start a podcast. Maybe Alex can sell a couple of his books in the
Yep.
process. And I think Alex has sold a couple of books in the process.
I'm making a face.
I didn't say a lot, just one or two. But it says we don't put, other than paying for the hosting service out of my own pocket, buying these books out of our own pocket, we don't put any money into this. So we're not putting out advertising. We're not doing anything. This is all just word of mouth and random people finding us. So the fact that we have any listeners, I can't believe it.
Yeah, the fact, like, you think, like, we know who the listeners are, but no, there are people that there's a large number of people that we don't know for something that's like, oh, we have an Instagram and an email and a Facebook page, but it's like, yeah, we don't put a ton out there. We're not like Joe Rogan where you see our name on the side of buses. We are two guys in a dining room recording on our shitty laptop, and we're having fun with it.
Yeah, and but yeah, so and I said it's amazing that people want to listen to us, and the handful of people that have commented to us, even though so far the comments have been, I can't believe you hated that book. So we appreciate the feedback. We love reading those comments. Your friend Julie has some of the funniest comments on Spotify and in what she's told Alex.
Yeah.
About our.
Yeah, I don't know if Julie will listen to this episode, but we love you, Julie. You're great.
Yeah.
Come on our show.
Yeah. Alex has a specific episode he's been trying to get you to record for some time now.
Yeah.
That he keeps failing to actually ask you to do.
Yep.
Or give you a time frame to do it in.
Yep.
Because it's all Alex's fault. We know it's Alex's fault.
Yeah, of course, yes.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
so
cool with that.
Alex has a game.
Yes. This is a game we've played in the past. I think we played it last time, too. And I played it with Becky when we did Akotar. This book is called Guess Which Book is Getting the 1-Star Review. So I've chosen 5 reviews. And Joe is going to have to try and guess out of all the episodes and bonus episodes that we've done. He's got to guess what book is being talked about.
Are these books that just a random 1-star review you found in the Goodreads?
Yep, I poured through Goodreads. I found some, hopefully a few of them are kind of funny. A few of them are a little more poignant, but one of them I had to shorten up quite a bit because the person went on and on about why the book sucks. So I was just like, I'm going to just do the first paragraph. But all right, but you have to try and think. Some of them are going to be easier than others because some of them are too funny not to pass up. But anyway, this is by a person named Shaz. This just didn't work for me. I started out expecting to like it, but I found myself bored and unable to get into it. The characters fell flat and the dialogue often made me cringe. The same tricks are pulled over and over again, but most of it isn't properly foreshadowed, so it still comes out of nowhere. I finished it, but it was hard work.
Do you do books I read or just books that we did? I guess that's the first question.
These should all be books that you read.
Okay, so like Akotar is out, so I don't have to
Yes.
worry about that. Okay.
I played Akotar. I played the 1-Star game on Akotar
Yeah.
with Becky, so don't worry about Akotar.
I'm going
And
to...
don't worry about Part-Time Indian either.
Yeah. I'm going to guess, just because I hated the book so much, and it sounds like something I would have said on the review, The Poppy War.
Ooh, close. It is Night Watch.
Night Watch, okay.
Sergei Lukyanenko.
Our one commenter was going to be quite disappointed with that comment because...
That's the one we got called characters on, right?
No, that was American Dream. The one that we were... this person was corrected me in that there were not 3 books, but 6 books, and I corrected her saying that I knew of 4 books because I read 4 of them. But yeah, it was her all-time favorite series. So yes, while we both rated it at the bottom, I don't think it was a bad book. It just, compared to all the other books I picked on my list, it just kind of fell flat in comparison. It's an okay book. We'll put it that way.
Okay.
But so, Night Watch. Okay, next one.
This next one, you're gonna get it immediately, but it's you guys 6 exclamation points. Don't be all caps fooled like we were in picking this up. This is a Keats Mary Sue fanfic at best, in which nothing is accomplished but masturbatory short stories, which could have large swaths of text heavily featured in Reddit men writing women. At one point, a Keats AI dies in a woman's arms, and she compares it to the last orgasm inside her. I cannot make this up. I am flabbergasted that so many people revere this book on any level, given its utter circle jerk of the Western canon as it was in the 1980s and 90s. 4,000 years later, and all people can talk about is The Wizard of Oz. I seethe.
I'm going to give a firm settle down to that comment, but yeah, obviously it is Hyperion.
I will give her the benefit of the doubt. Dan Simmons' weird sex things are kind of off-putting.
Well, I know we didn't get into it because of the last season, but Ian M. Banks also has a lot of weird sex things in his books. So I think it's just the writers at that time that were into that sort of thing.
Yeah, there's one Dan Simmons book. I think it's Olympus. There's like a woman in a coma, and they find out the only way they can revive her is with a dude's sperm. So he has to have sex with a coma patient. That took me right out of the book immediately.
So
like,
it's basically just a Sleeping Beauty retelling.
Basically, yeah. All right, this one. There were actually 3 1-star reviews all in a row, so I screenshotted them all. First one, I'm gonna read them one at a time. We'll see how long it takes you to get it. I need therapy. Second one, please, I'm just trying to meet my goal, LMAO. And third, not the fish.
Yes, double stuffed.
It's double stuffed. There's another one. I'm just gonna read the first paragraph because it's a bit longer. Have you ever wanted to bang a sentient pillow turned human? How about a goldfish turned scaly human? What about both at once? No? Me neither. But Anne sure gets down to it. All right. Do not believe the hype. This is not a book about a realistic war. This is a book about children who use magical abilities to defeat entire armies in completely silly ways.
The Poppy War.
That's the Poppy War. Okay. And finally.
So again, agrees with me with quite heavily on that one.
Yes. Startlingly, I cannot read today. This was on Playboy's 25 sexiest novels ever written list. The only thing less sexy to me than this author's novels is the author himself.
An American Dream?
That is American Dream.
Yeah.
You got that right away.
Oh, yeah, it was. Playboy, I mean, they're not... It's either From Hell or American Dream. Those are the only two that you could have done. And American Dream just because it would have been from that time of hype for Playboy.
Oh, yeah.
But I could see Alan Moore being on a Playboy thing for the 90s, but I forget, when did From Hell come out? Was that was
90s? That was the 90s.
Okay, yeah. So but that would have been my second guess if I was wrong on the first one. So yeah. Any more?
No, that's the last one.
So I only missed one?
You only missed one.
Nice.
Crushed it.
Awesome. You make it too easy for me, Alex.
I do sometimes, but some of them were kind of fun. I had to throw double stuffed in there.
Yes, you did. So, Alex, what do you think we did well? What did we do bad this season?
Let me see. What did we do well? I think our just overall broadcasting abilities have gotten better. I think we're better at. I don't know. We've been using the same mics and everything for a little while, but we're better at getting on the mics. Our sounds better. We have better, I think, more poignant reviews, and our covering of the books has improved. And we have a lot fewer vocal pauses throughout our runs of stories. So.
No, I just edit the shit out of them.
Yeah, editing's getting a lot easier than it was in the beginning.
No, it is still a pain in the ass.
It is for me.
Yeah, because you do 8 to 10 books, Alex. 8 to 10 books.
Yeah, it's great.
I do almost 16. Yeah. God damn it.
But I think our banter's gotten better. I think our guests have gotten better. Even though I was a guest on my own podcast, I think.
Well, you had to have a little dip every once in a while, Alex.
Oh I mean, we went from Adam to Haley. Like that's like
You
going
go,
from
you
level
go
one to
from
level
1 star
10.
to 5 star restaurant. I mean, just
Exactly.
what can you do?
Yeah, absolutely. No offense, Adam. We're glad you're on the show.
You get it though, Adam, don't you?
Yeah,
Not
he
that he
understands.
listens, but
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know, we did. I think we did a lot well, and obviously we, like I said, I won't call us amateur anymore, even though I
we
guess
are.
like most people would say we are. But I like to think we do this regularly enough. We're more than just two people shooting the shit, and not like I think we have a decent structure to our show, and I think it's really come into its own. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do for season 3 and improving our lot on life even better. And I definitely need to be, I think, a little more involved with our bonus episodes for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so we're getting near the end of the show here. What do we want to do? Oh, what are our goals for next year, Alex?
Um,
Or next season, I should say. So next year and a half.
Next year and a half. Number one, have fun.
You didn't have fun this year?
Well, I did. Have more fun, I should say. I enjoy reading these books, coming down here, talking to you about them, and just having a good time. I'd love to interview more authors. I think that'd be a lot
Yeah,
of
that,
fun.
that is something I've been trying to figure out how to do, especially local authors, small time authors. I guess my biggest problem is so we did have a potential for doing a author interview. Never it fell through. It was just a rando. I don't even know what they would be called. Just a rando. They're not publishers. They're just they've been trying to get us to throw out an author to us randomly, and
Yeah, every now and then we get like literary agents reaching out for.
it's not even literary agents. It's like
yeah, marketers.
marketers. Yeah, and the first person they said they wanted to interview. I'm like, well, if they're in the area, we'd love to interview them in person. If not, we can try to do the Zoom thing. But they were in England, and so timing never worked out. I read the book. I hated the book. I reviewed it on Medium. I'm glad we didn't actually interview the person. But the problem with a lot of these independently published books is there's just a lot of slop out there, and it's very intensive for us because we want to be able to read a book of theirs. And we're willing to pay for the books if we need to, but we want to read what books are there so that we have a talking point. And then we wanted to enjoy the books, at least to some degree, because we don't want to just bash the person, or we want to have an honest conversation of, this is a really good, what's your writing process kind of thing. I got a few books from indie authors that I need to read and reach out to the authors if they want to do an interview. If I enjoy their books, we'll see if I get around to that this year. It's been tough reading books outside this podcast and my book clubs and whatnot, and then so reading a book that I'm not even sure we're going to cover on anything is just that much more pressure. And so I'm busy. Alex has got other things going on, so it's been tough finding that time to do that. But that is a goal, is to do more author interviews. Anything else, Alex? For what have we done badly, you think, other than you not doing a bunch of bonus episodes? What have I done badly? How
What
about
have you done badly?
Yeah. Because I look back and I'm like, I'm fucking perfect.
Yeah. Perfect. Perfectly shit. No,
Perfect asshole.
No, I think we both have our own unique way of talking about our books and stuff. I think you do just fine. We both have weird vocal tics and stuff. We both smack our lips too much into the microphone. But yeah, other than that, I think we bounce off each other pretty well. And if we agree on a book, we both tend to agree pretty hard. And when we disagree, there's a lot of healthy back and forth. So I enjoy doing this with you.
Okay, so before we get into next year, I'm going to talk about for our books. I'm going to talk about our book competition that we do, Alex. Me, you, and Becky have a competition every year to see who can read the most books. It is based off of number of books, number of pages, and pages per book. I'm not going to do the pages per book real at all right now because I just don't have the mental capacity to do that. But in a solid third place is me. And so this is before the end of the year, so I do have a chance to read a couple more books. I'm hoping I'm not going to hit my Goodreads goal of 65 books. I'm hoping to hit 60, but right now I'm at 57 books with a total of just over 20,000 pages. Alex, you are on a solid second place with 84 books. I'm assuming you'll finish one more book, maybe?
Maybe two.
Maybe two. So at your current page count is 24,000 pages. So you read essentially almost over 25 more books than me, and I'm only 4,000 pages behind you. So you read short books, Alex.
Yeah, my longest book was Back of Bones by Stephen King. That was 736 pages. My shortest book was The Cock and Me, A Chicken Shifter Romance by Julian Napier, which was 49 pages. Didn't see that coming, did you?
Actually, I knew that, but I forgot. My longest book was The Brothers Karamazov, or however you pronounce that stupid name, by Dostoevsky at 796 pages. My shortest book is a graphic novel, Something is Killing the Children, Volume 1, at 128 pages.
Oh, that book is so good.
Yeah. And
Both
so
those books are good.
So, of course, Becky is once again running away with the whole thing. She's read 111 books at over 40,000 pages. She's just under her usual goal of 400 pages per book. She's winning all three categories. Her longest book, though, For Whom the Bell Tolls, at 695 pages. So I believe, does that mean I just won the longest book, Alex?
I think so.
Go me. So at least I got that going for me.
At least I won the shortest book.
Yeah, Becky got her shortest book, The Longest Walk to Water, at 128 pages. She's very annoyed with me because I give her a hard time when she listens to audiobooks. I don't know if what you do when you listen to audiobooks and put it into Goodreads, Alex.
I record the page count for that, yeah.
Okay, because she does too, but I say that because there's no pages in an audiobook, it should just, when you put in, you can put in which edition you read or listened to, and so audiobooks don't have a page count, so I think therefore they should count as no pages.
I think given the amount of time it takes to listen to them, I think that counts.
So every hour counts as a page.
How slow of a reader are you? Well, I guess you only read 50 whatever books, so yeah, pretty slow.
Hey, I read almost as many pages as you did, Alex.
Yeah, 4,000 less, almost as many. Wow.
Yeah, you've Becky's read 40,000 to my 20,000.
All right, you could read 10 400-page books and catch up to me. Go for it.
So anyway, so that's the book competition. I said Becky wins pretty much every year. I think
I've won once or twice.
What?
I've won once or twice.
You won.
It's always
yeah.
Becky.
You've won once. I won once before Alex joined the competition, and Becky was giving birth to our oldest child, so yeah. she had a slight disadvantage at that point.
Yeah, the year I won was the year I sobered up and just like sat and read nonstop for like a solid year just to distract myself.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why Becky feels like she has to read over 100 books every year now, because she's like, Alex beat me 1 year because I didn't read 100 books, so therefore I have to read over 100 books every year now. Because usually she's around the 80 book mark, or she used to be.
Yeah, I think even the year I read 106 books, I lost that year to her.
Yeah, she keeps track. I give her the stats the first of every month, and so she keeps close track of that. So yeah, Alex, we're going into next season next month. There is no bonus episode this month. We are taking the 20th off to try to get ahead. We're almost ready to record our first episode for next season in December, so hopefully we'll get that. We'll get a few bonus episodes put together. We'll get the first couple of books put together.
Oh yeah, we're gonna let's see, it's mid-December right now, or it's beginning of December right now. So yeah, we're gonna really get ahead. Our first new episode of books will drop in February.
Yeah, February 5th. Remember, we were post February, or the 5th and the 20th of every month, except for obviously I said this month, no 20th. Alex gets the honorary first pick of the season, like always.
Yeah, as always.
So we already have each picked our 8 books. Not giving away any of the books yet, Alex. Is there any books that you're dreading?
From your list?
Yeah, or even your list. I mean, I know
from my list,
we like to you know kind of screw each other over a bit sometimes on these books you're gonna hate.
Yeah. From my list, there's one that I'm dreading because I know I've already read it and I know I'm gonna hate it, and I know you're gonna hate it, and having to reread it is gonna be awful. It'll still be like when you had to reread Butcher and the Wren. This will be my reread.
Did you read it twice? Are you gonna be reading it twice within like 3 months?
It'll be close. When did I read this book? I don't even know. But I read this one over the summer, so it won't be the same time in 3 months.
Because that's what I did with Butcher and the Wren. I read it. I'm like, we need to do this book. And then we started our podcast.
It was like the 4th book we did.
Yeah, and I was like, son of a bitch, why did I do this to myself?
And this book's even longer.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, that'll be a fun one to get to. I think we'll have fun trashing it. I've got a lot to say about it. But I'm excited for this first book we're gonna do because this is an author I've been wanting to check out for some time now.
You're looking at the list of books. Who do you think is gonna have the heaviest hitters, the most heavy hitters? You or me?
I mean, it's hard to say. Obviously, I've read most of the books that I have on this list.
I think I got some of the bigger names here. I know I got because a lot of the yours I don't recognize. I mean, some of them I recognize, obviously. I'm definitely picking the bigger authors. We're also starting to get some repeat authors here.
Yeah, I have a couple repeats actually in my list.
Yeah, so we're gonna have 3 repeated authors here, I think.
Yeah, I'm repeating 2 of mine.
Yeah, and I think I'm just doing 1.
And one of these authors on my list has been covered in a previous episode that I was not a part of.
Okay. So we got some good books coming next season, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I've got a couple mysteries. I got some sci-fi. I've got another old-timey book coming up.
Yeah, I'm going heavy on the sci-fi this year.
He's very heavy on the sci-fi.
Usually we do a pretty good job of spreading it out on genres, but this year I'm just like, you know what? I'm feeling sci-fi.
Yeah, this year is going to be pretty heavy on the sci-fi fantasy. Even on my list, it's mostly sci-fi fantasy. It's a couple thrillers. There's a weird spoilers. We're gonna have another Margaret Atwood book, and it's gonna be a weird combination of both family drama and sci-fi. Not to give it away.
But yeah. So first book of this new season, Alex. How are we starting off? Are we going strong or are we going weak?
Well, I am all of about 50 pages into it so far. I'm liking it. I think you said you weren't a huge fan of it so far. You're a little bit further into it than I am.
I finished it already.
You finished it already?
Yeah, I read it. Finished it Friday.
You finished it Friday. Okay. So I got a ways to go in mine. I'm liking it so far. I went with a blind pick for my first one. So this will be the only book this season that neither of us have read. If I'm correct, unless you're doing a blind pick also, but
I don't believe I am doing a blind pick.
So it's an author I heard about and I really want to check out because there's a little bit of controversy behind this person. This is The Cuckoo's Calling by Robert Galbraith.
Okay. So yeah, this is a thriller novel, and I think it's going to be an interesting first discussion of the season 1, or season 3. So first episode of season 3. So definitely get your copies early and read along with us. I don't know how many of you guys read along with us. I think some people do because you can see I said kind of state by state who's downloading, how many downloads and what books they're downloading, and so sometimes you can start seeing a pattern of they're chugging along, behind our pace, but still reading a bunch of the books that we've read before they listen to our episodes. So we're getting people to read, Alex.
Yep, that's what we go for. Yeah. Promote literacy.
So yeah, and I guess that's it for this episode. We've been dragging on long enough. So if you enjoyed this show at all, we didn't even get into the Spotify stuff that we don't need to.
Yeah.
We actually do have a few fans that adore us. We're top show for them for like 10 fans. So go us.
Hell yeah.
Woo. But yeah, so if you like this show, we're on all the major podcast apps, so no excuse not to listen to us. If you want to get a hold of us, as I said, we are on Spotify. You can email us or comment through there, rate us there. On Apple, rate us. If you we're on Instagram, you can DM us there at Kendall Bookworms. We have a Gmail account, kendallbookworms@gmail.com. We are on Facebook at Kendall Bookworms. Again, we're not really active on the Instagram and the Facebook anymore. If on Instagram, we do post every time we get a new episode up. I will probably have the Spotify rap stuff posted on that eventually before this comes out, so you can, those of you that pay attention will see that. But if we start getting more interactions, I'll definitely do a lot more. I'm giving up on the polls on Spotify. Nobody answers them, so I'm kind of sad.
Yeah. And that's listeners. If you're upset about that, just remember it's your fault.
Yes. So if there are still some live polls, so if you want us to do more, start being active on those ones.
I voted on a few of them today. It was fun.
Did you really, Alex?
Yes.
Because I checked earlier today, and I had not seen any new.
Oh no, I voted. Should we have more games like this for? I think Darkness.
Okay. I don't think I looked that far, but.
And I think I voted also on the. Should we have more Living Pillow romance stuff?
Yeah, I didn't look back that far either. Anyways, let's see, what else do we got? Anything, Alex? Alex has some books for sales on Amazon. We'll have a link. Alex, what are those books?
We got Paul Plimpton versus Ragnarok for you kids. We got The Destroyer for you adults. My next year goal is to get another book re-released, follow-up to The Destroyer. So hold me accountable for that if you don't hear anything coming up in the next few months.
Okay, I have a Medium and Substack where I post reviews of all the books we do not talk about on this show. If we get 100 reads on Medium, and I put everything out for free, so there's no paying. I said we're not collecting money. We're not trying to make money off this. But if we get 100 reads on any of the books on Medium, since that seems to be the more popular space, if the subreddit picks up, we'll definitely come up with a competition for that too. But if any books get 100 reads, not 100 views, but 100 reads, Alex will have to read that book and we'll discuss it. Right now we have 3 books that are doing fairly well. One book is getting close, Alex. We're over 50 reads, Between Two Fires. So definitely check out that one. You can find me on the link tree on our Instagram for that. And it's Joe Kendall on the Medium, I believe.
Yeah. When it hits 75 reads, I will buy a copy of it just to be ready.
Okay, and we got 2 other books that are over 30 reads.
Take your time, guys.
One is called Ireland, which I think I think you would enjoy that book, Alex. It's not what you think it is.
Okay.
And the other one is a Ian M. Banks book,
Right.
Complicity. So it's.
Take your time, guys. They both sound great, but take your time.
So
I'm getting back into things here. Let's not go too fast.
But also, if we start getting really popular on that, maybe I will have Alex edit some of my short stories I've written in the past, and I'll post some of those on there too. But I want to actually have an audience before I start doing those. So, and I'm a little shy, so I want to, we'll see where that happens. But that's my goal, is to eventually start posting short stories.
Yeah. People think, or I like to say I'm shy, and then people are like, weren't you just dressed like a caveman dancing on a stage? I'm like, yeah, I was, but that was scripted.
But you weren't wearing the loincloth like we were told.
I was hoping for the loincloth. I was hoping for some body positivity, but no, they draped me in heavy furs.
They covered as much of that as they could.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people have seen Arrested Development, but Alex is a never nude. So
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So the fact that Alex was willing to go claiming to be willing to go the loincloth route, we were very proud of him for that moment of potentiality of dressing down finally.
Yeah.
What was it? Remember when was it Brian bought you the short shorts?
Oh, the yoga shorts?
Yeah, and he had a matching pair, and you guys went to change to go come out, and he put them on. He comes out strutting like he owns the world, and you come out and are like, Alex, I thought you were going to put them on. He's like, I did. They're under my pants.
We ended up taking a picture together of us both doing triangle pose in them. It was great.
Okay. So, well, that's everything I got, Alex. Let's get out of here before it goes downhill any further with brother nudity.
I'll start talking about your stories.
Yes, I do not have a problem with nudity.
But yeah, so that was our wrap up of season 2. 3 years of podcasting together, and we've finished 2 seasons. We're about to start our third, so tune in. Looking forward to even more growth, even more prosperity as we hone our
Even
craft.
more reading.
Even more reading. And next we'll be starting with The Cuckoo's Calling in February, so I hope to see you all there. Until then, I'm Alex.
And I'm Joe.
And this has been Bookworms.
Out.